Guys, welcome to this video, and in this video we are going to discuss about how to create two-dimensional array in Java. So basically two-dimensional array is an array inside the array. So in other terms I can define it as storing an array as an elements in the array is something known as two-dimensional array. Alright, so if you don't know, if you're not familiar how to create an array in Java, so please watch my another video first where I've explained how to create an array in Java. Then only you will be able to understand this concept. Alright, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one array of int type. So if you want to create an array, first you need to specify the data type, that is int. Alright, so you need to space the square bracket as well. After placing square brackets, I need to give it a name. I'm naming it as arr is equal to, then you need to call the constructor new, same data type, int, followed by parenthesis, and not actually it's parenthesis, it's square brackets. Now in this square brackets you need to specify the size as well, but how many elements you want to store in your array. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to store 3 elements. Fine. So basically now today lecture is we are going to discuss about two-dimensional array. So right now it is something known as one-dimensional array. It will help me to store 3 elements inside the array. But what I'm going to do is inside this array at each index I'm going to store a different array. I'm going to store another array. So over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the syntax little bit here. So if you want to create two-dimensional array, first in the reference you need to specify 2 square brackets, that is this represent two-dimensional array, and here as well you need to place one more square bracket, and in this square bracket you need to specify the size of your array as an element. So you are going to create an array inside this array, so you need to specify what size those array going to have. So I'm going to specify at 2. So my array inside this array going to have a size of 2. Alright, so here if we look this array in memory, so it will look something like this. So one array will be created where let's assume this red one, it's representing as 1D array. So in this array I am having 3 elements, 0, 1 and 2, but each index containing another array and each array having 2 elements, this and this array inside the one dimensional array having its own index number as well, something like this element having 0 index, this element having 1 index, this element having 0, this element having 1, this element having 0, this element having 1. Alright, so now like why I'm placing 0 here? Because as we know already, whenever create an array in Java, so by default Java places a default values in the array elements, that is the default value of int. Like I'm creating an array of int here, so the default value of int is 0, so that's why it is having a value of 0 here, 0 0 0 0 and 0 0. Cool. Okay, let's go forward. Here what I'm going to do is, so I've got my array, two-dimensional array, and I'm going to initialize value to my array. So I'm going to initialize the values to my array. So if you want to initialize values, first you need to access your array, and right now my array name is arr, and here first you need to specify at which index of your 1D array you want to change the value. Like you want to change some value at 0 index, or you want to change the value at some 1 index or 2 index, you need to specify first there. So here I'm going to specify 0. I want to change some value at 0 index, but wait, as you can see in 0 index of your one dimensional array there is another array present, right or wrong? Yes, it is. So here what we are going to do is, after this, after specifying the index number of your one dimensional array, you need to specify the index number of second dimensional array as well, or which index of your 2D array you want to make some changes. You want to make some changes, like I want to make some changes at this index, that is this element having an index of 0. So at the second square brackets here I'm going to specify 0. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to initialize one value, that is 1 1. Alright, so what's gonna happen, this index going to have a value that is 1 1. Okay, so let's change the value of this index as well. Okay, you guess how we can change it. Alright, so if you want to go there, first you need to access 1D array, and this array present at one index of your one dimensional array. So what you need to do is you need to call your array something like this, arr. First you need to specify at which one dimensional array index you want to access. I want to access 1, and 1D array containing another array I want to access the second array, the two dimensional array index of 0. So here if I do this and if I initialize some value here, something like 21, so what's gonna happen? Here I'm going to have one value, the value will be 21, something like this. Okay, so let's initialize some arbitrary values here, something like, let's use 0, 1, let's use 12 here, ARR 1, 1, let's use 22, ARR 2, 0, let's use 31, ARR 2, 1, let's use here 32, something like this. If you're going to initialize the values something like this in your array, then your array will look something like this. Alright, so as you can see, it is my one-dimensional array. The red one is a one-dimensional array, and this array having another array inside it. So zero index array having elements like 11 and 12. Zero index element is 11, one index element is 12. Alright, so here in the first index again I am having one more array, and in this array at 0 index I am having 21, at 1 index I am having 22, and in this second index array I am having elements like 0 index 31, 1 index 32. Okay, let's take an example. Suppose I have created one array, a two-dimensional array, and I want to access this element. I want to print this element, this 22. So how I can do this? So if you want to print this value, first you need to access a one-dimensional array. So one-dimensional array, this value present at this array, and this array present at one index of my one-dimensional array. So what we are going to do is, first we are going to access this, then we are going to specify which element I want to access in this array, whether 0, whether 1. Okay, so if I want to print, so to print something I need to use system.out.println in my Java program, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my array name, that is ARR, and I want to access one value. Which value? This value. So this value is present at first index array and the first index of this array. So the mapping is going to be something like one dimensional, it is having the first index. In the case of one dimensional, it is having the first index, and in the case of second dimension, it's having second, not second, it's actually first index. So as you can see here, it is having first index. Okay, so if I try to run my program, so in my Visual Studio Code is very easy to run. I need to click on this button only. Okay, so it is giving me some error. Okay, let me check what error it is giving me. Okay, so I have wrote wrong name of my array here, so I've corrected it. Let's again try to run this. Okay, so if I run this, as you can see, as expected, it is printing me what? 22. Okay, so now if I want to print this value, then in that case what we need to do is, again first I need to access my one dimensional array, that is second index. Then I need to specify in this array what index I want to access, whether 0 or 1. Alright, so if I want to access this, so it is present at 2 index, and in 2 index array it is present at 0 index. So the mapping is going to be something like, okay, let's use here ARR second and 0. If I do this, save this and try to run my Java program, okay, simply click on this. So again, as you can see, it is printing you the output, the expected output as we are expecting, that is 31. So that's how we create two-dimensional array in Java. So basically we have created two-dimensional array in Java, but the fact is to traverse this array, traversing, like we have another video of traversing how to access each and every element present in your array. So if you want to traverse this two-dimensional array, you need to use two loops, and we are going to explain how to traverse two-dimensional array in a different video. So I hope guys you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, comment and share, and the other videos link going to be available in the description. Alright guys, see you in the next video.